I mean, it's a new day. I've got a fresh pot of coffee. And we've also only got a 10-second countdown now, so it's a whole fucking brand new thing.
Oh, don't stress me out.
10 seconds. That's all it was. We're already. Bom, hello. Right, we're on episode 5.
Yep.
Somehow. Still going.
Still
Fucking
going.
nailing it. We are doing it at a different time
Yeah.
to what we're usually doing, so it's kind of I've got a weird energy already this morning because I'm still a bit tired. But here we are. The internet also keeps crashing all the time. So this is going to be fucking dreadful.
It does. This sucks so much. And you're like out of sync
And
so much.
And my buzzers just went, so that'll be in the background somewhere as well. So we're going good this morning. Right, so this is episode 5, It's episode 5 of Dead End Friends. We are not speaking properly this morning. My name is Craig Jimson, and with me as always is
Gary Gordon, who is
the
in
main man.
the weirdest of moods. He's just feeling grumpy. He's in a funk.
There is a weird energy this morning, but
But it's
here
Monday.
for it, and I'm
It's Monday morning. You know what else are you
Yeah.
gonna expect on a Monday morning?
yeah. And also, it kind of goes straight into something that I was going to ask you about today we'll talk about, is you have had your first week back at work last week.
First week back at work, post pandy. You know.
Post-pandy. So do you think that might be like it's making you pure sluggish because
Oh,
you've not done anything for
100%.
so long, and then you had to do everything for a week.
I had to do everything for a week. I've barely spoke to anyone, and then I spoke to like 600 people in the space of 4 days. And I'm so over it already. I love all my clients. They make me money, which is the most important thing. And yeah, oh man, I think I'm just like my social battery is just like donezo. It's
yeah.
yeah, I think that's just what's making me grumpy. I think I've just woken up on Monday morning thinking, Jesus Christ, it's nearly the start of my week again. It's not, I've still got one more day off, but like,
Yeah.
that's one more day off, you know?
Compared to
fine.
the like however many 100 days off that you had in the past
Yeah,
year.
the literal 4 months that I had off there. Cool. I need
That's mental.
another 4 months off already. It's been 1 week. And I got these fucking like dry ass lips as well. Oh man.
Oh, for real?
My lips are so dry. And I don't know why. I drink loads of water. I've not really been outside. I'm guessing it's just my mask, like wearing my mask all the time. It's just like, you know, like I'm trying to like, I don't know, keep them moist, but it's not working.
Yeah, I feel that quite a lot actually when I wear my mask as well. Like, thankfully I'm in the house most of the time, so I don't need to wear it a lot. But when I'm out, if I'm out for like a long time, like just the whole area that I wear one of those masks that kind of goes like, it has a nice wee flap underneath it that goes up under my glasses
Under your
to stop it from
specs.
steaming up.
Yeah,
And
same.
see, like this whole area is just wet.
Yeah, never
'Cause I
been so
like-
moist.
I have like a terrible. I have like, I don't know what it's called, but I have like a dodgy nose where like the actual like breathing holes at the top of my nose are really small, so I find it really difficult to breathe out of my nose. So I'm having to breathe out my mouth most of the time. So it's just behind the mask is just straight moisture. It's so fucking gross. I hate it.
Yeah, you said it with a sweaty face. It's all good.
Sweaty face, the moisture from breathing. But yeah, so you had your first week back after being off for 4 months. I know
Yeah.
you were a bit anxious about going back, and obviously I was just I was checking in on you, just kind of send you texts here and there, but I didn't want to kind of bombard you. But oh, you getting on alright? Because like you're kind of like I'll deal with it. You're just that kind of guy where you're just a bit like, I'm fine, I'll get over it, I'll deal with it. But so I wasn't really kind of texting you too much just to see how you're getting on, but like you survived.
Yeah, you know me. My mantra's always been, "I'm fine. It's fine."
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's the mentality I
Even
keep.
when it's not fine.
Even when my world is crumbling around me, I'm just like, "Oh, I'm fine. It's fine." And eventually, you speak it into reality. You know, you end up just getting over it. I don't know. That's probably not healthy, but it's fine.
It's got you this far.
It's got me this far. You know, still alive, still here, still doing a thing. Yeah, it was just strange. Like I said, like whenever it was, like last week, or the week before, we were speaking about it, like going back, the anxiety was real. You know,
Yeah.
because it is just. It's so far removed from what the last year has been. Alright, I've had my spells in work where I have been in for like months at a time and seeing people, and that is fine. But then you get to the time off again where you're told you can't
Yeah.
work,
Yeah.
and you get used to it. So the last 4 months have been great. Like, not great. There's been a lot of weird stuff happening, but it's been fine to be off.
Mhm.
And then I got so used to being off that now I have to like shake up my routine again. I think that's what gets me. I'm a creature of habit. I don't
Yeah.
I don't like things to change all that much. And especially not in a short space of time. Okay, I had time to prepare this time, but you know, the human brain doesn't really work like that. Sometimes you're not always as prepared as you think you're going to be. And I definitely was not. But first week back, everyone was cool. It was stressful because everyone had like 4 months worth of hair to take off. So every single day, I ran like late in work, which was it's fine. I don't usually do it when the world's a bit normal. You know, like I'm fairly okay at my job, so I can
Yeah.
keep on top of things. But when you just have like mops, like going from mops to knots, it's insane. So I was like running late. I had like 15-minute lunch breaks every day just because that was what time allowed. Finish work at 6 o'clock, and I wasn't getting on a bus until 7 o'clock at night. Like, and then I was still like working out and stuff when I got home. So I was like trying to like keep that part of my routine going because I don't want to lose that because I know I will. Like if I knock myself out of my like, I haven't ran in the last week. Just because my legs have actually been shattered. But I've been like lifting weights. And I've been eating better as well. So like it's kind of balancing itself out. I will get back into running this week. Now that it's like the second weekend, like for me I'm just like, no excuses about having sore legs. You have sore legs all the time. Just fucking run. So I'm
And
gonna
the
run
first
home
week is
from
also
work.
first week is also like the kind of that's the biggest hurdle you kind of have to get over. So like not running in the first week is totally excusable because that first week was going to be the biggest shock to your system compared to any other time now that you're back. So like, don't. I know you don't. You always say that's fine, but like, don't beat yourself up about the fact that you've not managed to get out running. Like you're on your feet all hours of the day when you're working. Like it's not like you're sitting about not doing anything. You know, it's not like I've not been out running, but your substitute hasn't been sitting in front of the couch or sitting on the couch in front of the TV. You know, you've not been out running because you've been on your feet. You know.
Yeah, and that's fine. You know, like I don't beat myself up over not running because I know that it was never the exercise I wanted to do. You know, like I spent a long time doing like circuit training, like just fat burners. You know. So like running for me just became a thing that I did mainly because Shanna did it and she told me she wanted to run, and I was like, yeah, okay, I guess I'll come out running with you. And now I'm at the point where I do enjoy it. I think I enjoy it.
Yeah. I mean,
like
I've kind of fell away from it as well, if I've been honest. Running.
Well, the last couple of weeks have been tough for us, you know. Like I know you've like had the family just being a family, being unpredictable, which makes you not want to go out and do it, you know.
Yeah, but there's like, I still remember when I first started running, like, because I only just started running about this time last year. Actually, I think it was this time last year. It was about mid-April when I started running, and I remember I used it as like a way to kind of purge the thoughts, you know, like purge the I'm stuck in the house, we're all alone with each other's thoughts, all four of us in the house. So it was a kind of time to go out and like kind of let those things out a wee bit.
Yeah.
But see, because I've also kind of went down the same route you're saying, where I've started lifting weights and I've started like, me and Emma do like cardio exercises in the house and stuff. It's like I don't have that like desire to go and do the run now because I enjoy what I'm doing now. But it's like I think it's just because like I don't really know what I want to do with like the whole fitness thing, because like I'm not particularly concerned with losing any weight because I don't want, like, I look at photos of myself from a couple of years ago when like I was really skinny, and I actually like I found a picture from when me and everyone were on holiday a couple of years ago, and I actually
Yeah.
look unwell because I've just got like no meat on my bones, like my face looks pure gaunt and shit. So I'm like, I don't want to ever be skinny again because it just doesn't suit me and how I look and my body shape and stuff. So I'm like, I'm happy staying the weight
Yeah.
that I am, but I would like to just be fitter. Like I had the thought, was it last week? I think I had the thought. I was like, cause of when my kids were born. So I was only, when Luna was born, I was only 22 when she was born. So if Luna did ever, like, so obviously up to Luna and up to Mac if they want to do this, but if they ever decide to have kids and they have theirs young, I potentially could meet my like great grandkids. You know what I mean? If that like chain of events happens, then I meet my grandkids if my kids have theirs, and then if they have their kids young, I was like, that would be fucking sick. So I'm like, I want to try and make it to like 70. So I need to look after myself.
No, thank you. Yeah, when I feel my body like break down, I'm gonna, like, more than it already has.
Yeah.
I'm gonna book myself a weekend in Switzerland. I'm gonna go straight to the Dignitas spa. I'm gonna push that big red button, and it's gonna be Goodnight Vienna, and it's gonna be Vienna's not in.
It's in Austria.
But that's fine. It's okay. I'll say goodnight to anybody that wants to be said goodnight to.
It's over that way in the world. Right, for anybody that doesn't know, like myself, can you please explain what this spa is? I know the basics, because I'm pretty sure you have told me, but I don't really know what the deal is.
It's like an end-of-life centre. That's where you go to end your own life. It's like assisted suicide, basically.
Sick, okay. But, like, what do they have, like, a criteria? Do you have to be, like, dying, or can you just be like, I don't like things, so... cheerio.
Yeah. Oh well, I can't say I've looked into it that much. You know, this was just this was a bit, and now the bit has got real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like you want to end your life and you want to do it in a way that's comfortable. You know.
Right.
I think they do have a criteria. I think obviously it's a massively controversial topic because a lot of people don't agree with like assisted suicide and stuff. But
yeah,
at the end of the day, everyone's life is their own. And if they want to,
what's the name of the spa thing?
Dignitas.
Dignitas.
Yeah, like dignity. So it's like a dignified ending of your life. Like.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Dignitas.
Like you get to like have a nice meal, you get to listen to whatever tunes you want, and then it's fucking gonzo. See ya.
Euthanasia group.
Yeah, euthanasia. That's the real word I was looking for, not assisted suicide.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
Is the same thing.
So only people who have terminal illness or very bad physical or mental illness are allowed to be helped. Patients must be able to understand what is happening and decide for themselves that death is what they want.
Yeah, it's like you can't be like, oh, I've had a really bad Tuesday, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you have to be like on the brink of like death from like terminal illness, or like, I don't know, like having like a real bad time mentally where you feel like there is no other option. And which is fair enough. I think it's a good thing for the people who actually do need it. I know I'm making jokes and I shouldn't make jokes, but
Yeah.
it's all good. That's what it is.
I mean, it's just giving people that freedom of choice, isn't it? Like that really isn't up to other people to decide for them, you know?
Exactly. It's the whole pro-choice matter, but it's like right at the end of life. Like,
yeah.
I don't know, man. Anyway.
enough about dying.
To bring this back.
We were talking about living, or I was, and then you turned into death. Cool.
Well, no, that's the thing. Like, both of us have been working out because we do want to live better lives.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I think I spoke to you about it a while ago, like, just as I started, like, all the working out, like, a couple of years ago, like, properly at least.
Yeah.
And, like, I think almost scared you into it a little bit. I remember like saying something like, "Oh, like imagine like not being able to lift your kids in the park," and you're like,
Yep.
"What?"
Yep.
So I had
It
to like
scared the living shit out of me.
like within like 48 hours, you had signed up for a gym and you'd started going.
Yeah.
And that wasn't my intention. I wasn't like trying to like scare you at all, because we're generally healthy people, you know.
Mhm.
Like we have our moments where I know you love a kebab. You love a
God.
kebab more than most people I know. And I love
Oh
a kebab.
God.
I love a kebab too, but I've not had one. I say not had one. I've not had one in like 6 weeks. Because I'm trying
I
to
had
not
one
eat meat.
on Friday.
Nice. How was it?
Oh, it was delicious. We got the peri peri one from Aldi. Shout out, sponsor us. It was so good. It was so hot. I actually thought I was gonna fucking melt into the floor. It was
Peri peri
delicious.
kebab.
Yeah.
That's such a weird like combination.
Oh man, don't knock it.
But no, I'm not knocking it, man. Like
It's literally just a big fucking slab of meat that you fire into the oven. Oh, and we bought like pita breads, and we had like red onion and fucking red cabbage and slaw and shit. Oh my god,
that
I'm
sounds
just thinking
good.
about it now. God damn.
Ah.
Anyway,
Yeah. But yeah, like we got speaking about it, and I think we both really took note then, you know, and we've still been doing it. That's what the cool thing is. Like, we have been running. Like, I know you joined the gym last year, like to no avail really, because instantly the gym's closed again.
it's shut. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but you know, I'm gonna be moving over that way soon. We're gonna become gym buds. It's gonna be class.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, it's cool. It's cool to be feeling healthier than we've ever felt. As much as, like I said to you, like before we started recording, I'm having like a fat day. I feel like I feel like a slob. I don't know why though. Like, I've eaten fairly good. Well, I had like square sausage and egg roll for my breakfast, but
Nice.
that's just breakfast, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
sets
But
you
it
up
could
for the
just be
day.
like,
But
see if you'd not been having like, do you eat a lot of bread?
yeah, but I
Okay.
don't vilify food, because I think that's a really I've got a strange relationship with food at the best of time
Yeah.
anyway.
Uh-huh.
I'm either eating too much or not enough, and none of it's ever good when I'm in one of those moods, you know? Like,
Yeah.
so I try to not vilify it. I try to not worry about carbs and stuff like that, because I am working, I am burning fat, I am working out. So everything that I'm putting into my body that may be deemed as bad, quote unquote, is for me just energy that
Yeah.
you're gonna burn off, because I am lucky enough at the moment to be in a position where I can work and burn off all these calories or carbs or whatever it is. The problem is when you eat those foods and you don't get a chance to work out. Like, you know, you're eating these carbohydrates because they're full of energy, and they're full of all the right things that you need, that your body needs to keep you energetic and moving. If you just eat them and then slob around, you're going to have a bad time. You're not going to feel healthy. You're not going to do whatever. So I don't really vilify it. I don't try to demonize it. Like, you know, like...
Yes, I'm still in my call, Luna, thanks. My kid's just running in naked because she needs help getting dressed. to just
Class.
get in the way of your point. But you know, I'd agree with what you're saying. The only reason I was asking about the bread thing is because I've not been eating it as much, but see, when I do, I feel fucking terrible. Like, a couple hours later, I feel really shit. But I think it's just because like my body's not used to eating it as much now.
Yeah.
Because we've cut it out. We've cut out bread and dairy stuff, not for dietary reasons, but because Emma's health is like greatly affected by it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if it's just like a tolerance that she's built or something recently, but we've had to change so much stuff in our diet just to kind of suit everything that Emma's fucking been through in the past couple of years and stuff, like the just health thing after health thing. So it's like we're constantly changing our diet around, so we have managed to like cut out for the most part, like the bread and the dairy stuff. But yeah, I do feel that, like, if I've not ate it for a couple of days and then I have like a roll and something, like you said, I feel fucking terrible like an hour later.
Yeah, like they are stodgy foods, you know. Like 100%, I agree with that. Like, but it's not usually something that gets me. I don't know what it is actually today that's making me feel like I felt it yesterday, but that was because everything I put on was just not making me feel good. You know, like
Yeah.
changed outfits like 3 times before I actually headed out. And then when I did head out, I actually felt quite good because I was out the house and I was doing all that stuff. I've not been out
Yeah.
today, but I will be at some point. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe this t-shirt's a little bit too tight. Like, but I was started watching WrestleMania, so I thought I'm gonna put on an Undertaker t-shirt.
Nice.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, it's a strange thing. To try and like fight around the thoughts and feelings around food and your body and all that kind of stuff. But I think as long as we keep keep trying to like improve ourselves, you feel better in the long run, which it is true. I definitely feel better about like everything that I've been doing, you know, and it means that I can have a day where I'm like, oh, I feel a bit fat, I feel a bit chubby, you know, like
Yeah.
and these aren't dirty words, you know, like I think for a long time, like using the words like fat and chubby, like a lot of people really like saw them as bad things, you know, and
They
I don't think they are
vilified it.
bad. Yeah, for sure. And I don't think
Yeah.
they are bad things. I think as long as someone is happy and healthy in their body, then
Yeah.
whatever, you can be fat. Like I think the way that people look at things like that is it's skewed a little bit, obviously by social media and like the mainstream media as well. You know,
Mhm.
like you only have to flick through like your Instagram Explore page to see, you know, like every now and then you'll get these like girls tarted up to the nines, like skinny as fuck, long blonde hair, hundreds of makeup,
Mhm.
and fine,
Yeah.
whatever. Like these girls are beautiful, and that's fine. Like, but also there is the other spectrum where people don't wear makeup. Maybe they're a bit heavier. They're just
Mhm.
wearing baggy clothes, and they're still beautiful too. Because who gives a fuck? Like,
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. It's
you
like
know,
we're
I
all
think it's
fucking beautiful in our own way.
there's definitely like people who have glorified obesity or they've maybe promoted it in the wrong way, like not promoted it, like maybe like spoke about it in the wrong way, which comes across like they're promoting it. But
Mhm.
I think as long as everyone is healthy and happy, have at it, man. You know, like bodies are weird. Not everything's gonna work for everyone,
Yeah.
which is why I think having days like today for me is gonna spur me on the rest of the week. You
Mhm.
know, and I'm not saying that these people who are like super skinny, slender, fit, toned up, and all that kind of stuff don't have these days, but I think they have more days where they look at themselves and they like what they see. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
and then again on the other side, there's people who are bigger still and they look at themselves and they like what they see, and I think as long as they have that in their heads,
Yeah.
it's all good, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's something that I have the same conversation with Emma quite a lot because Emma, I think it was a couple of days ago actually, I said to her, I was like, nobody sees you or says the things to you that you think about yourself. Nobody sees you in the way that you do, because Emma is, she's fucking, I tell her this all the time, she's so fucking hard on herself, so hard on herself to be a certain type and to act a certain way and stuff, and I think she's kind of aware of it a lot now, and she's kind of working on it. Like that's why we've started doing a lot more kind of cardio things and stuff, and it's just like it's finding the joy in doing what you want to do for your body, because like not everyone's, like you said, not everyone's going to want to do the same thing. Like me and Emma have got different kind of goals on what we want to do, why we've started doing like working out and eating better and looking after ourselves a wee bit more. Like Emma's looking at it more from like the weight loss side, because everything that's happened with her health has kind of caused her to put on the weight that she didn't want to put on.
Yeah.
Which is like said to her, like it's so understandable for your body to do this and for you to react in the way that you have, because you've been through so much.
The thing is, if she was on the other side of it, if she was out of that situation and she saw someone else go through everything that she's gone through over the last couple of years, putting on a little bit of weight, she'd go, don't worry about it, look at what your body's been through, you know?
Yeah.
Like, but it's when you put yourself in that situation, you're like, oh, I am a fat slob, you know? But really you're not, you're just, your body has had to adapt to it trying to kill itself. You know, like you like so like when you put it like that, your body is literally trying to attack you from the inside out.
Yeah.
Like if the worst that's happened after a couple of years, minus all the middle bit that was really bad and traumatic, is that on the other side you're a little bit heavier than you were when you first went into it. That's good going. You know?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, exactly. And having those kind of conversations with her, like, I think she's starting to kind of accept it and realise it a wee bit more.
Yeah.
I think it's just like kind of, she like weighed herself for the first time in forever, and she realised like how much she'd put on since like her, because she's been through like, I think she's been through like 3 surgeries now, so like her final surgery, how much weight she's put on since then. It's like, yeah, we need to remember, look at all the shit that's happened in the past 4 years, 5 years, like, basically since Luna was born.
Yeah, and like since the last surgery as well, she had like quite a big recovery time as well, right? So
Yeah,
there was a big chunk of that where she wasn't able to be as active as she wanted to be.
Yeah, and because like we get stuck at the other thing that we will always have to take into account is we've been stuck inside of a fucking pandemic for a year, so we've all felt shitty and sluggish and stuck indoors and seeing the same thing over and over again, just wanting to eat shit and just feeling like shit. So it's like,
do you know why? Because sometimes that makes you feel better, you know?
Yes, exactly. Like, of course I'm going to go buy a fucking pack of almond croissants from the shop down the street because I fucking want to eat them because I'm going to feel good after it.
Yeah, like that was a big thing for me, like in the past, and it's been a big thing for me just now. Is like, I am a comfort eater.
Yes. Oh, so bad. Yeah.
Whenever I get stressed out, whenever I feel bad, like the majority of the weight that I put on was from me in the past being in a bad spot. You know.
Yeah.
I wasn't really like about the same time that I stopped drinking.
Yes.
I was in such a bad spot that the only thing I knew how to do was eat. And I would eat unhealthily because that was the shit that made me feel good. It made me feel better. I was like, oh, cool, I'm satisfied, I'm full up. That was a damn tasty meal, you know? Yeah. I wouldn't really care about, like, anything else. I'd be like, I was like a junkie, like, looking for the next hit. I was like, what's the next, like, greasy thing I can have for dinner, you know?
Yes.
Like, you think about it, and I was like, there was points where I was having like McDonald's breakfast for breakfast. I would maybe go to Subway and getting like a foot-long sandwich. I was scoffing that entire thing, and then I'd be at the kebab shop and I'd be getting like chips, cheese, doner meat sauce, like pakora. I was getting the whole 9 yards, you know. Like I was going for it, and that obviously isn't healthy, which is where my weird relationship with like food comes from, because I can eat a small amount of food nowadays and that will see me through the day. That's not healthy either though. Like I can because I'll have those days where I'm like getting ready and I look in the mirror and I'm like, you know, you bend over funny to put on your socks and you're like, Jesus, like you catch sight of yourself. Like and those days is when it hits me hard and I'm like, right, I'll have this like tiny fruit pot for my breakfast. Yeah. I'll drink nothing but water all day. Yeah. And then you get to lunch and you're like, oh, I'll get the plainest sandwich I can because that's not going to have a lot of whatever in it. And then you get home and you're just like, you pick away at your dinner and you're just like, that's not good for you. Like,
yeah, you're not taking in all the things that your body actually needs. Like, you're not thinking about the protein that your body needs. You're not thinking of the nutrients that your body needs.
Yeah, no, you're thinking about getting from A to B. And then I'll have those days where I feel bad again and I look in the mirror and I hate what I see and I'm like, well, the damage is done. And then that's when I go all out and I'm like, right, I'm going to have like 4 or 5 pastries throughout the day just because.
Big bag of Doritos, pretzels, fucking croissants. Just going absolutely
I go mad for it, like, because and that's the days where I'll really fight for a takeaway, you know, like Shanna's like really good at keeping me on my feet and like keeping my head out the clouds a little bit. Like with that kind of stuff, she'll kind of like bring me back down to earth, which I really appreciate, because again, if I was left to my own devices, I would end up just being stuck in that constant cycle of self-hatred. But now I have a few days where I'm like, meh, cool, your body's fine, you're dealing with it.
Yeah. I mean, like, let's just go back to that like body image thing, right? Every fucking time, every goddamn time, without fail, you send me a picture of yourself, because we like to text each other pictures of ourselves all the time because it's fun. But every single fucking time you send me a picture and your body's in it, what is the first thing I text you back every time?
Yeah, you're like, God damn, your body, dude, looks so good.
You look so fucking good right now. It's unreal, unfucking real. Because I mean, you sent me pictures. You sent me the pictures a couple of months ago when you were like, right, this is it. This is the heaviest I'm going to be. I'm never going to be like this again.
Yeah.
And then when you send me just like a picture of you and Shanna out somewhere, or just like you're fucking outside a shop or something, and there's just a picture of you just wearing normal ass clothes, and I just look at you and I'm like, holy fuck, dude, you look so goddamn good.
But that again, you've known me since I was at my heaviest as well.
Yeah.
You know, like, and like you know me, there's been like times in my life where I've just not cared about it. Like obviously with the band and stuff, like I would play topless quite a lot, you know? Like,
yeah.
And that wouldn't bother me. But the I don't know what it was, like there's days, there was a period maybe beginning of last year, if we were to play a show, I know we hadn't played a show in a while at that point, but I know fine well in myself that if we were to play a show beginning of last year, there'd be no way in hell I'd be taking off my top. Absolutely no way. But at that point last year, I was at the smallest I'd been in a long time. I'm smaller again now, which is good, you know. I've obviously still been working over the last year. But in my head, it wasn't good enough, you know?
Right.
And it's just tough to... You're fighting a losing battle because you're fighting with yourself. Yeah. And that's the hardest fight. Because you're like
internal struggle.
Yeah, your head's telling you you're wrong, and then at the same time your head's telling you you're right. And like there's no one in the middle there. It's just you being a dickhead to yourself and then fighting your own corner. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, but
it's like the same kind of conversations I'm sure we've actually had on the podcast before about like you getting in your own way about other things where you kind of you're guilty of making things a lot bigger and more dramatic than they actually need to be. It's like absolutely. You've always got the kind of, you know, the kind of cliche thing that you see in like old cartoons where it was like the devil and the angel on the shoulder.
100%.
Like you for sure have that. Like you've always got somebody fighting your corner and then fighting against you in your head. It's just trying to find that bit, because I honestly think there's something to be taken from both at all times. So it's trying to find the bit in the middle where they overlap, and that's the kind of sweet spot where you want to be. Because like the devil on your shoulder is always going to give you the motivation to go and do more and do the things that you feel like you're capable of doing and that you want to do. And the kind of nice one, or the angel, is the one that's kind of going like, thumbs up, you're doing really well. So it's like you kind of need the two of them to like be the motivation to where you want to be. Because like again, it's going back to, it's like, do you actually have like a goal, or do you have a certain type of body you would like to achieve? That's where I'm struggling just now. I don't actually know if I have a body type I want to achieve.
So the body type that I want to achieve like in the future is basically anything that is not what I have right now. Like, and I know that sounds like I'm just being shitty and sarky, but like genuinely that is what I'm at. Like, because I don't like myself.
Right.
But I don't know where I want to be. Like, there's these unrealistic goals. Like in the shop the last couple of days, we've been watching like old WrestleManias just to like, because I was getting excited for like this WrestleMania.
This weekend, yeah.
Yeah, and like there was I think it was like 2001 WrestleMania, Triple H. Just like he's walking down to the ring, he's jacked, he is like mahogany, you know, and I was like, imagine looking like that. Bits. You know, like, yeah. But I don't think I want to look like that. You know?
No. You would need to get every piece of clothing tailored. When you're that size, everything needs to be tailored. And
also, I don't have enough time to maintain that kind of body, you know? Like, these guys look like that because that's their job. Yes. Their job is to be a professional athlete, you know, who look after themselves and have this body image that can be on show all the time, because they're supposed to be these, these tough guys. Like that's how they want to be. For me, the big thing, I want to just get rid of my podgy belly, and I want to be a bit stronger.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did set the goal a couple of years ago of like fitting into a large t-shirt, comfortably. Which I do. I wear a large t-shirt now. Like I wore XL for a very long time.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of in between just now, where I'm like, large isn't too big. It's like more. It is a bit tighter,
Yeah.
And I'd be fine with that if I didn't have the wobbly bits,
Right.
So like, if I got rid of like the flabby belly and turned it into like full on power belly, like
yes. Yeah.
like that would be fine.
Like fucking Tom Hardy in The Dark Knight Rises. That is like the ultimate power belly. That dude, like, usually when you watch these kind of films, there's always like raging fucking 8-packs, but then you see him as Bane, and it is just like a pack. Like, there's no definition
it's just
in it,
like,
'cause it's all just fucking rageful power.
And I think there is part of me that wants to have like bits of definition, because
Yeah.
I think that is it's appealing, It's like it's nice to look at.
Yeah.
Like maybe not for everyone else, but I think if I looked at myself in the mirror and maybe I did see like a little bit of like abs coming on, or like my chest was like a bit more toned and taut and like felt good, or maybe like like I'm like brushing my teeth and I see my fucking biceps and my triceps just like bam, like just like aggressively brushing my teeth because it's the only time my arm's like up here, I don't know, like I don't really know what I want to look like. I just want to be not me.
Yeah.
Like I wanna not have what I've got going on just now. We've said it before, like my legs are like, the legs are fine, they've got that sorted. They're down.
Gorgeous.
But it's the top half of me. The top half of me has for a long time had zero strength. And has been, in my eyes, too flabby.
Right.
Might not be to everyone else, but when I look in the mirror, that's what I see. I'm like, okay, these are two halves of two different people. That makes no sense. But again, a lot of that is down to my height. Like, I'm 5'5".
Yeah. Yes.
If I was your height, if someone like stretched me out, I'd just look like a guy. I'd look. But because I've got this low center of gravity, like it all just like sits on my tum,
But like you would be so good at wrestling because nobody would be able to tip you over. So it's like it's like fucking, you'd be like fucking, what's his face? The Fiend. Like he's not exactly like, he's not the raging 6-pack that you see walking down the ring like Triple H. Like that dude is all power, but he's a big boy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
he looks good, but
and he's fucking he's mad.
So my body is built. I have got like, when I look at myself in the mirror, I see shoulders.
Yeah.
Like my shoulders are good and they have some nice definition. My chest is quite wide, but my waist is quite small. My issue is I have this gut that's there. If I didn't have that, my body would be like a Dorito, Like I'd have like these big massive shoulders, and I'd go into like a smaller waist.
Yeah.
And I'd be fine,
I think we've actually just found the image for the next podcast episode.
He's just gonna put me on a Dorito. Like,
I'm definitely working on that this week.
I know the only thing that I don't want to have in my life is I don't want to be that guy that's walking around with like 2 carpets under his arms, Like I don't want to be able to like not put my arms down,
right.
like walking around like this, I want to be able
that.
to like the boy fucking Drew McIntyre was on earlier on. He is in great shape, like when he was on it the first time round, like 09. He was
slender.
Yeah. But he was skinny. He was skinny, slender. Like he didn't have like this big old chest, the traps, the arms. But when he is relaxed and wearing clothes that aren't like muscle fit, he looks like a normal person.
Yeah. It looks comfortable.
I don't want to be the kind of guy that's walking down the street and somebody goes, "What size is this guy?" Like I don't want that kind of attention. I just want to look healthy, whatever healthy is,
That fucking, honestly, that carpet under the arms things, I took me so long to get what you meant. I was immediately thinking of like armpit hair. I was like, what the fuck is your armpit hair got to do with your exercise regime?
Like Bob Marley in a headlock.
I was so confused, man. Yeah, fuck it. It's so mad, like, how just everyone has their own kind of opinion on their own body. Because like when I look at you, I don't see any of the things that you say, but it is just like you have your own kind of, your own morphed version of yourself, you know. Because like,
Yeah.
I think I've worked on it a lot in my head where I don't particularly look at myself in a bad light in any way, like to do with my body. I'm just, I can't remember what it was, but there was something that popped into my head that I was like, I was going to say it, but I can't remember it now. That's fucking great. But yeah, I don't have like, I don't look at myself like, oh fucking, but it's just like, I just do want to be a bit healthier and maybe a bit stronger would be cool as well. Like, but
Yeah,
I mean,
because you like we make jokes all the time about like both of us having guts. My gut's bigger
Yeah.
than your gut for sure, you know, and
Yeah,
that's not a
but
brag. I am not happy
if
about
we
that.
went the other way of what you said and we put me down to your height and you up to mine, I'd be much bigger than you.
Yeah.
Because of the size that I am at my height, I would be hella bigger.
And I think this is where it's so like skewed as well for most people, because they hear the weight and then they talk about BMI and like the percentage of fat in your body,
BMI.
and all of those.
Fuck off.
See all the numbers can fuck off.
Yeah.
Because for me,
mean
the numbers have
nothing.
never made sense. Because I think I probably weigh less than you.
Yeah. Yeah, you do. I know you do.
Yeah. Like, I was out with Duncan a couple of weeks ago and we were talking about it. And he
Uh-huh.
said how much he weighed. And I was like, man, I weigh less than you. And you are
Yeah.
like not stick thin. Like, he's healthy as fuck, you know? Like,
Yeah.
he looks
Oh,
great.
super healthy. Yeah.
But like, the people get too caught up in the numbers. I don't weigh myself. I weighed myself maybe the first time, I don't know, like last year, like maybe
Uh-huh.
June or July before I went back to work. And I noticed that I had lost 3 stone from what I was when I started. Because I had been 15 stone for most of my life. I'd been 15 stone since I left school.
Mm-hmm.
And then I dropped down to like whatever, 12-ish, you know,
Uh-huh.
like 12 and change, we'll call it.
Right.
But people get so caught up on that, and obviously the BMI and stuff doesn't. I know there's a lot of arguments for it, like,
it's
but
bullshit.
people, it doesn't mean anything really.
Yeah.
For me, as long as you look at yourself and you think, okay, cool, like
Yeah.
as long as I look good, that's all I care about.
Yes, it's all about your own fucking reflection of yourself. Doesn't matter what the numbers say, doesn't matter what the fucking bullshit BMI thing says. It's like, do you feel comfortable by yourself? If you do,
Yeah.
you're doing fucking great. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's having that mindset of like, I don't care about how they look on Instagram. I don't care about how I'm being told to dress and to look, to have my body and get a tan and cut my nails. I don't cut my nails and do all the things. Like, I mean, when was the last time I was in the shop getting my fucking haircut? It's like, I just, like, I don't
Yeah.
want I'm not here for people telling me what to look like, and it's the same with the
I mean,
stigma around
I
bodies.
can tell. Look at the fucking neck of you right now. Like, Jesus. Your long ass hair, your baggy ass hoodie. You're wearing a pink bandana wrapped around your head. You know, you look like you should be in Biohazard. What the fuck you do?
Is that a game? I think I've heard of that one.
I was talking about the band.
Ah, fuck! Oh, I'm thinking of Bioshock.
I thinking about.
It should be like a thrash metal band. I'm into that. I mean, if anybody wants to start a thrash metal band, hit me up, man. I can't really play my instruments very well, but I'll make it work. Well, that's what it is. Man, I have so many things written down on here, and we've talked about one so far, and we're at fucking
Come on then, like hit me with a checklist. What you
45
got?
minutes in. Right. I don't even know what's another one, a good one to go to. I was actually thinking, you use Instagram, right? You're a proponent of the gram. Are you anything like me where you will like save videos and stuff?
No.
No, you don't save any videos.
No, I don't save videos and stuff like that. I'll send them to people, and then that's how I'll remember. because I don't use Instagram properly. Like, I don't know. Like, I
Is there a proper way of using it?
Like,
I mean,
you know, like you can like save things to like your collections and all that kind of stuff to go back to later and all that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't do any of that kind of stuff.
Right.
I've only recently just started doing it.
The thing that I was going to say. I was like, it could be quite a fun segment to just have like the saved Insta videos, because like some of them that I've come across, one of the ones that I was going to do is, you know, this guy that I have like a weird infatuation with that you sent me, the guy that did the fucking remix of Red Hot Chili Peppers and Doja Cat.
Yeah, what's his name? Like something booze,
Koozie Bean. I don't know how you say it. I don't know if it's Koozie Bean or Coos Bean, but this dude, like, I mean, I get the reference I sent him to. He was like, why do I fancy this guy so much? And then you were just like, because that dude straight up looks like you.
Yeah, because he's tall, skinny, lanky, and weird looking, like you.
I was like, yeah, I think that is why it is. But this dude, like, shout out Koozie Bean. This dude put up a video the other day that he does like these weird remixes. Like the one that you sent me was like fucking Red Hot Chili Peppers and Doja Cat, which just shouldn't go together. But he'll throw other stuff together. Like he's thrown some other like great things together. But the one he put up the other day was of the Pokemon theme tune and "You Should Be Dancing" by the Bee Gees. And holy fuck!
Wow.
Let me play a bit of this so you can hear it.
Oh my god.
Oh!
With my destiny.
Shout out Koozie Bean.
Man.
That had me on fucking fire when I was listening to it. It was so good. Oh, shout out Koozie Bean. That has like, he brought out like he'll do like a bunch of remixes and just send them all out in like a SoundCloud, and he did like, I guess he calls it like playlist number 4 he put up on his SoundCloud the other day, and it's just full of fucking bops, man. You just put it, see if it's like a especially sunny day outside and you're just flailing about in your shorts going for a walk or something, and you slap that on, oh man, you are going to groove the entire walk you're out. The dude is fucking wild. It's so good.
You're gonna be living on cloud 9 just listening to
Goes
whatever weirdo.
And then the other one was the one that you showed me, and I go back to it all the time. I still don't follow the guy. I know you're a huge, massive proponent for the man, Matthew McConaughey. I know you read his
I love
book.
him so much.
I know you love his Instagram, but there's one.
I finally finished his book, by the way.
Did you finish it?
Yeah. Oh man, it's so good. Green lights, baby. You know.
You just absolutely love the guy. I mean, I still love the fact that you're like, your infatuation, your love for him came from watching fucking Hot Ones. You're watching
just because he said some bizarro shit, you know.
That's just his life, though, isn't it? It's just saying
Do you know
the most crazy shit.
I've never seen any of his movies.
What? You never seen that?
The only film I've seen him in was The Wolf of Wall Street. I've never seen him in anything else.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna make that my new I'm gonna make that my new thing. I think I'm gonna watch all of his films, like even like Magic Mike. I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna watch that.
I mean, Dazed and Confused is fucking excellent. It is a great film.
I mean, I'll take your word for it just now.
Have you watched, like, what was the thing that he did? The TV show that he did? True Detective?
True Detective? No, I've never watched it.
Oh man, that's great as well. Yeah, he's a fucking hella good actor. A hella good. He's just an absolute fruitcake. But the one I always go back to is that one that you sent me of when he's just sitting in the field.
What's it he says?
Where is it? Where is it, man?
If oak and mesquite.
Where is it? Hold on.
So what if Oak and Mesquite were throwing a party at the lake house this weekend? I'd go.
The man is like so talked. It's unreal.
It's
like,
the laugh at the end where he's just sitting. If nobody's seen this video, it's just Matt McConaughey sitting in a field by himself with a bottle of whiskey and a glass. He's talking to no one other than himself in this field, and he just pours himself a drink, and he's just chuckling away to himself like an actual villain from a Bond film. I fucking love it so much.
It's genuinely hilarious. Like, no one tells him what to do, and you can tell, you know. Oh, where is that video? I want to see it again. I want to just look at it. All right, there's it. So it's called it's for Long Branch Bourbon, which is a company that he is like the creative director for. So the fact that he is the creative director of this brand, and creatively he directed this advert where he was like, just sitting himself in like, it must be like a wheat field or something.
Yeah.
Just like,
It's the fact that like he
signed off on that. He had that idea himself and then signed off on it.
Exactly. He didn't even need to sell that idea to anyone. He's like, I came up with the idea. I need to sign it off. Cool. I'm not even going to tell anyone I'm doing it. Just wait and fucking get it.
Oh man, he is great.
He's
Like-
some boy,
like-
man.
Reading his book,
Uh-huh.
which is amazing. Because it's not I know I've spoken about it before, but it's not self-help. It's not an autobiography, but it's both of those things at once. And
He
it is
just found a wee lane for himself.
Yeah, it is just talking about like his experiences and what's made him who he is just now.
Uh-huh.
Like there's like a bit in it where he was like, because I know he did rom-coms for a long time. Like
Yeah.
he did like whatever that lawyer film was that he did, A View to Kill. No, that's James Bond. Whatever it's called. Whatever that film was called, the one where he's the lawyer.
Right, let's just pause. You don't know anything about films. Don't try and guess the title. We know what you're talking about. You can keep
Time
going.
to Kill. A Time to Kill. Is that it? Anyway, he so he did that, and then he started getting offered like rom-coms and all that kind of stuff. And then there was like, he met his wife, and he was basically just like, he had lost a bit of his drive and his passion for it. And his wife was like, then don't do it. And he was like, oh, but I need to make money to do this, that, and the next thing. And they were like, if you want to do this, I 100% have your back. If you don't want to do rom-coms anymore, you say no to every offer that comes in. And he was like, right, okay. And so he did that, and he just started saying no to all these like roles that he's known for through his rom-coms.
Yeah.
And then he was out of work for like 2 years, something like that, like maybe more. I can't remember exactly. And then like it just started, like the offer started coming in for films that he was more interested in, like these serious roles.
Yeah.
And Magic Mike, which of course is the most serious of all those roles.
Oh, Kevin Nash. What more do you need?
But I think that's like really important. Like he's just like decided, I don't want to do this. I can make that change on my own.
Yeah.
And he did it.
Yeah.
That's sick.
He kind of felt.
We can all learn a lesson from McConaughey.
Yes. Yeah, that's definitely something that kind of, I think everybody needs to be a bit in tune with, of just like, this isn't bringing me any fucking joy. Why am I doing it? Like,
He's got a YouTube channel now, by the way.
Oh, Jesus. Don't know. I don't know if I'm in. Oh,
like the first
YouTube,
video he put on. Sorry,
Uh-huh.
what you said?
No, you go. You go first, because I'm about to go right off the rails.
The first video he put up was 2.5 hours long.
Obviously. What is he doing in it? Did you watch it?
No, I don't have 2.5 hours to sit down and watch McConaughey talking nonsense.
I know I've fucking fucked up your actual free time here, but right, we're recording a podcast. We're actually doing it just now. Just speaking of YouTube, did you see that our fucking Lord and Saviour Andrew Callaghan's back? For anybody who doesn't know Andrew Callaghan was the creative genius behind the interview kind of news show All Gas No Breaks. Him and All Gas No Breaks have separated, and he's now started his own thing with like the same guys that he built All Gas No Breaks with. And he put up the first Channel 5 video on YouTube yesterday. It was
I've not watched it yet, but
it was up for like 3 or 4 hours and it got taken down. They've already been censored. YouTube just straight up took it down. So you might not see
man.
it.
That blows, because like
fucking
he's
hilarious.
actually he's really good at what he does, because he's just got this like no bullshit kind of way of speaking, you know.
Yeah,
I was
but
really,
he also-
I was actually like super bummed out for him when I found out about that whole All Gas No Breaks thing, where like and I get it, you know, he was a young kid who got into this and he was like, here's all these amazing opportunities, let me sign my life away.
Yeah,
Understand that, because I would be the exact same. I wouldn't even read the contract. It would be like
yeah.
that episode of fucking South Park, where like they don't read the Apple like terms and conditions and end up human centipeding. Like I would be that same guy, and I think he's learned lessons from it already.
Oh, big
But
time.
I saw that they've got like a Patreon and all that kind of stuff again, so
Yeah.
I'm really happy that that's going to take off.
Just doing it off his own back now. I mean, like he like. Let's be honest. All gas, no brakes as a thing will die without Callaghan and his team behind it, because they did everything. They were the creative force. They were the driving force. They were the selling point straight away. Like Andrew Callaghan walking up in a beige ass suit with a yellow fucking mustard shirt that was like 4 sizes too big, and he has this like amazing knack of being able to kind of ask a question and then put the microphone in front of somebody's face to answer it, and then not follow up. Like, he's so happy sitting in those uncomfortable silences to wait for somebody else to start talking, and that's when you get some of the most like insane content. Just somebody who's just like, you're interviewing somebody who then gets uncomfortable, so they start saying some weird shit, and that whole time the camera is rolling on them, so they've got every piece of those interviews. It's fucking brilliant. He's like, I don't care how uncomfortable you're gonna be, because I am loving every second.
He's really like, he cornered the market of that kind of style of interviewing, you know. Like it felt like out the Sacha Baron Cohen playbook, you know. Like, you could have seen him, like, obviously Borat was a big character and Bruno and all that kind of stuff, and it almost was the same sort of thing. It wasn't like shock value entertainment. It was more because like Borat and Bruno and all those kind of characters left people in such a weird funk that they were like, what? Yeah. What are you actually doing? Whereas I think because he's not coming at them as a character, he's coming at them as a normal human being with a microphone. Yeah. Just being like, because he looks like he could be on the news, but he wouldn't be the news that's making TV, you know? Like, he's like, he is like gas station news, you know? Like, I don't know. He just really made it. He made it. What's she saying?
I need to go and get the other child soon. So she's just barging in. Continue.
Just letting you know you got stuff to do.
I have kids to deal with.
Yeah. He just kind of makes people on edge in a good way, because he does look like he could be a professional newscaster. Yeah. I think because he's dressed the part.
Yeah, but that's why people will kind of open up and say the things that gives them just some of the fucking funniest content of all time. Because like the video they put up was of like spring break in Miami, whenever spring break was. And there's just this one dude in it that Andrew found that spot of like, I'm just going to sit here with the microphone in front of you without saying anything, and I'm just going to let you get more and more uncomfortable. There's just this guy talking about eating people's ass over and over again, and he's saying it like he's trying to tell a joke. So, but Andrew Callaghan's just standing there with like a complete stone dead face, just with a microphone in the dude's face. So he just keeps saying the same thing over and over and over, and like, you're not laughing at what he's saying, you're laughing at the fact that he's trying to fix the fuck up that he's made by making it worse and worse and worse. And I could feel my palms getting sweaty because I was so uncomfortable watching it. It was fucking beautiful. The guy is brilliant.
I really hope I can find it somewhere.
I think he said he put up on his Instagram that they're trying to get it back on YouTube. Like, they're trying to figure out why they got censored for it and stuff. So it might be back up at some point today. But yeah, if it gets put back up, you need to watch it. It's fucking hilarious. So yeah,
I hope it's not like a cease and desist.
Oh, imagine. But it won't be, because it's nothing to do with the company he used to work for. It's all on his own now. It's all with Channel 5.
Yeah, but I guess they would have like the framework for all that as well, right? They would have like, they'd maybe have the rights to like the style of, I don't know, maybe not. I hope not, because we would probably get sued off of Matty Matheson and Two Tone for just instantly ripping off Powerful Truth Angels. But that's okay, I guess. You know, that's fine. Two Tone, send us some free t-shirts. Send me
Please.
free t-shirts.
All the born and raised stuff, please, immediately. BXR, we love you. Matthew, send us a sub or something, like, help us out.
I don't know how well that will travel, but it's fine.
I don't care, man. I'll frame it. I'll put it in a little glass box.
I'd eat it.
I'd eat it, yeah. That's fucking... the other thing that I have written down, I'll probably just leave it, actually, because we're already over an hour, so I'll hang on to the other one that I've got here for another episode. But
Cliffhanger for the next episode.
yeah,
You're a broadcasting genius. I love
you
it.
keep people tuned in, bro. You keep them coming back,
I mean,
bro.
We might have lost everyone on this episode. Just me being grumpy and talking about hating myself.
Yeah, it was like
fat.
last week was super high energy. Everyone, we were having a lot of fun. Matt came running in. It was a good laughing. And this week we're just like, this is the dark side.
It's Bummer City.
Bummer City.
Population 2. I'm the mayor.
Oh,
But no, I think the real thing that we've taken away from all of this today is that Mondays don't work for this. So
Yeah.
let's never do this on a Monday ever again, because I'm always gonna be in a bad mood.
Cool. Yeah, I think that suits me, to be honest. I came in very highly strung and stressed out. Emma's in getting changed as well. Well, I think that's as good a point as any to wrap it up. I've got so much editing to do in this one, because people might not be aware, because I've edited like an absolute professional, but our complete connection cut out halfway through. So fucking sick. We're now at the end, and I have loads of editing to do, and I'm not looking forward to it.
We did it, baby. We did it. You've got like 12 hours to put this on the internet.
Yes! As a challenge, here we go.
You love it.
I do. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, subscribe, follow us on Instagram. Join in the conversation. Leave us comments. Share shit that we do. And just fucking tell your friends. Just tell your friends. Like, one thing that everybody who's listening needs to do. One of your friends or two of your friends, if they have a podcast app on their phone and they're following other podcasts, unfollow them all and only follow ours. That is a call to action for every single person listening to this podcast. Find somebody else, delete all their other podcasts, and just follow ours and download every episode onto their phone. Call to action.
We're taking over. We're taking over.
Let's do this. Right. I love you, man.
Peace out.
And I'll speak to you at some point soon. Bye-bye.
Kisses. Bye.